Live Storm Tracker Doppler radar, sponsored by Homeland Bank. And now, exclusive Storm Tracker Doppler weather with meteorologist Chase Ward.
We are starting to see an increase in cloud cover out of the west, and we are tracking a few showers popping up in East Texas and especially in parts of central Arkansas and also in parts of Oklahoma. It's all part of a bigger system that's going to be swinging on through later on this evening and also for overnight tonight, and we could continue into tomorrow as well. Here's a look at the Doppler radar, and you see there's not been really much ongoing in northeast Louisiana or southern Arkansas, but back off to the west, radar is trying to pick up some light patchy activity. Here's a live look in downtown El Dorado, where the sun, it's been up this morning and it's trying to peek through those clouds, but the cloud cover itself is just going to continue to get heavier throughout the course of this morning and into this afternoon. Here's a temperature right now at the El Dorado Airport at 60 degrees. Winds are currently calm. Dew point right at 61. We're at 63 from Ruston to El Dorado, 68 now in Camden, and 64 in Monticello. It's been in the 70s out towards Shreveport, parts of ArkLaMiss area. Dew points mostly in the mid 60s. We do have a lot of moisture still here at the surface, and even at the upper levels of the atmosphere, we're starting to see some southerly flow, and that's the reason why these clouds are rolling in as they are. For a bus stop forecast, we'll still see a little bit of sunshine here or there, especially for some of our eastern parishes in the Mississippi River Valley, but for this afternoon, that's when those temperatures begin to climb to the upper 80s for our daytime highs, with those chance of rain and thunderstorms. Now looking back off to the northwest, there's the main system currently across the central plains of Oklahoma, where you can already start to see a spark up of some widespread shower thunderstorms already ongoing. The low pressure in West Texas will begin to deepen further down to the south, and a warm front will establish itself down to our southwest, which will begin moving into our area, and that's going to be kind of round one, where we will see a lot of widespread activity. Still cannot rule out the possibility of maybe some gusty winds with some of these thunderstorms, but the greatest threat going to be right along in southwest the I-49 corridor. And then for round two, this is when the cold front begins to swing on through, and we could still see the chance for some gusty winds with some of these storms, but really that greatest threat is going to lie further down to our southeast along southern sections of Mississippi and central areas of Louisiana. For the ArkLaMiss, really our greatest concern is going to be the overall excessive rain, because some models are putting us at like 5 to 6 inches of rainfall, especially for some of our southern parishes highlighted in red here, and even greater risk further down to the southwest. So flash flooding could be a potential problem, especially during the overnight hours of tonight. So as we move forward, the low pressure deepens across Texas, and when the warm front begins to establish itself, a lot of activity will start to spark up just ahead of the boundary layer. Now as we go into Friday, that's when the cold front begins to swing on through back behind it, and there's going to be a chance for severe weather across central areas of Louisiana down towards the I-10 corridor and for some sections of southern Mississippi. Can't rule out maybe an isolated spin up or even some large hail and those gusty winds, but that threat's going to be kind of really just outside our viewing area here in the ArkLaMiss. So as we go into late tonight, as early as 5 or 6 o'clock, that's when that first round kind of starts to swing on through, expecting a lot of widespread activity that could be ongoing up until midnight, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and then as we go into Friday morning about 6, 7 o'clock, we'll get a brief break, and then by 3 and 4 o'clock Friday afternoon, that's when we start to see round two. This is when the cold front swings on through, and like I said, the greatest threat is going to be more or less further to the southeast. Models are putting us at about 2 to 4 inches in a lot of places, but some localized areas could potentially hit between 5, 6, and even around Natchitoches, looking like might see around 7 inches, and that's a lot of rainfall. So avoid low-lying spots. If you encounter any flooded roadways, just remember the old saying, turn around and don't drown. Betting high about 87 degrees for this afternoon, and tonight the temperatures will fall to the mid 60s, and then for the weekend we'll see some showers lingering into Saturday morning, but clearing out next week. We're going to enter a little brief dry period and temperatures warming up to the lower 90s.